Hi, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. We are doing a series where we're sitting down with successful businesswomen and interviewing them while glamming their makeup at the same time. And we're learning their journey of how they achieved the success that they've attained. So we're going to be sitting down, learning all the ins and outs of them. You do not want to miss out on any of the inspiration and insights from our female entrepreneurs that we get to sit down with and have the opportunity to speak with and about them and their business. We really want to build a community here, so please feel free to leave comments and any feedback, and we will definitely get back to you with any questions or concerns that you have, and we're excited to start this journey together. So, our next guest is the founder of Sunlight Digital, a growth agency specializing in paid social advertising and email marketing. She's been a driving force in the world of marketing and business for the past 25 years, leaning on her strategic ideas, futuristic thinking, and go-getter attitude to help leaders and businesses grow and achieve amazing results beyond what they thought possible. She's a sought-after speaker, coach, and contributing author to best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Facebook Advertising, and co-host of the popular social media marketing happy hour podcast. Please help me welcome Traci Reuter.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Traci. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Have a seat.
Hi, everybody.
So, is this the first? I know you've done tons of like social media stuff and podcasting and different things like that, but anything like this before?
I can't say that I have ever been interviewed on a video for a YouTube channel while getting my makeup done. That has never happened. So this is a first for me. And I've done a lot. I've done a lot online.
We like to hear that. We like to hear that. New and exciting things. So we are going to jump right in. As usual, we got to prep the face to get everything going. So we're going to prime the eyes. We love the P Louise base. So we're going to start with the P Louise. We're going to put this on your eyes so that way the eyeshadow sticks and everything looks cohesive and beautiful. And then we'll get started there. But anyways, so the main reason why we're here is for Traci. She is the star of the show today. And we want to learn all about you.
Well, I'm happy to share all the goods. Happy to tell you whatever you want to know. This is going to be fun and exciting.
So tell us, how did you start in your, tell us about your background. How did you start in your industry? Let's take it from the top.
Well, I wasn't, a lot of entrepreneurs, their journey, they had an entrepreneurial bug when they were little. I didn't necessarily. I had a leadership bug when I was little. I always was in charge and wanted to do that.
But Which is part of the entrepreneurship journey.
It is, yeah, it is. Should I close my eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But for me, I started off just really going after a corporate career. I had a really successful career in Chicago for many years, working in you're gonna have to give me all sorts of instructions, Rachel, because I'll open my eyes and smear my makeup. I'm a little bit of a tomboy who likes to dress up and glam, so this is gonna be fun.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so I actually started out in sales. I got a marketing degree, but went and had a career in sales and had a really successful career in Chicago in the tech industry, in telecom and technology, and did that for a really long time. And by the time I was 29, I was in charge of a 120-person sales organization. And
at 29?
At 29. And
that's a really incredible feat to have that at such a young age.
I still am very ambitious, but I was a workaholic, and I got this incredible opportunity to go to work for AT&T back in the 90s. So in my introduction, when it's been 25 years, I've been around a little while. I had a mentor once that said, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm a well-seasoned chicken.
So, a well-seasoned chicken. We like seasoned chickens.
Yeah. So I had this great opportunity and an awesome career, and I was on the fast track, getting promoted and moving up. And then my husband got sick. On my 29th birthday, my husband, we had been married just shy of 5 years, and something was off, and it turned out that he had Parkinson's disease, young onset.
Oh my gosh.
Which is super uncommon. He was 34 and I was 29, and that really turned my life upside down. And it was one of those moments at the time that certain things were going to be life defining, but you don't realize how or why. It didn't seem very positive at the time.
Oh no, but I can imagine that something like that is just like devastating, and it's just figure something out. You look at options and you say, what can I do to figure something out?
Yeah, it's really
close for me.
It's one of those things that it was a great, like, looking back, it was changed the course of my life. It absolutely transformed our life for the better in many, many ways. It was hard though, because I didn't have a clear path to entrepreneurship. I just knew I needed to get out of a 80-hour a week corporate grind. I had an awesome boss who I loved dearly, but I just remember the day I was really struggling with my husband's diagnosis, and she looked at me and told me, you know, you need to compartmentalize this. Personal is personal, business is business. Buck up and get back to work. And I was like,
no.
Oh, goodness gracious. She was a Air Force Academy grad and was a little bit tough. Yeah.
G.I. Jane.
She was. She had some fun nicknames that she was proud of and knew. But anyhow, I just knew that wasn't right for me. And I'll be honest, like, I struggled for a few years, and I didn't have traditional funding. I didn't buy a business. I know so much now that I wish I could go back to that young girl who was so desperately stressed out and give her advice. And one of the pieces of advice I would probably give her is get counsel, get a coach, like, talk to people. Don't make these decisions by yourself. And that's really what I did, is I made a lot of decisions by myself and floundered for a very, very long time. Just trying to figure out how was I going to transfer that corporate job, that experience, into my own business. And people today
use that success that you had for yourself.
Exactly. Because you have to remember, back then, this was like early 2000s, and there really wasn't side hustles back then. There wasn't the digital landscape that we have today. So it was way, way, way different. You just didn't have what we have today. I mean, it's amazing what people have today, like the resources and the ability.
It really is.
It just was not there. I mean, my goodness, I think my YouTube channel, I started my personal YouTube channel, like most of the videos I've taken off of the air because they're terrible. But it was 2003. Oh, wait, no, 2005 when I started my first YouTube channel. So that's coming up almost 20 years ago. So anyway, it really propelled me into finding a way. It was like, we got to figure something decided we wanted to teach small business owners, home-based business owners, how to do social media, how to market, how to do that. We were both pretty good. I had been mentored by an affiliate marketer, somebody that had made over $1 million just marketing affiliate products.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he was pretty incredible. And he was a really good guy. And I took my sales skills and helped him build his business while he taught me digital marketing. And so we launched the podcast, and we had no idea what we were embarking on. But we had, in the first 4 months, we had 1 million downloads.
That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. If you know any names like Michael Hyatt, who were some of the other ones? I just looked at it today. There were some major brands that we outranked. I have the screenshot of the day on iTunes when we were in the top 10 in the business and marketing podcast, and we were above Seth Godin. And I mean, it was just absolutely
incredible
surreal
feeling.
It was surreal. I will never forget it. I was in the airport in Denver on my way to meet my co-host for the first time in person. We had never met in person. And I'm laying on the floor in the airport looking at the podcast count numbers, and we passed 1 million. And I made such a fool of myself in the airport, dancing and taking selfies.
And you know what? You should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When life gives you wins, you got to be happy for yourself, and you got to cheer for yourself, because if you're not cheering for you, who is?
And document them. That's the one thing that I like. I'm so glad that I have photos from that, and I took screenshots, and I have all that, because here we are now. That was 2016, and here we, it's 2024, and we're actually getting ready to launch season 3. We haven't been on air for 5 years, and we're getting ready to come back on air again. And it's just so fun to go back and be like, remember when we did this, and remember.
That's exciting.
So you never know. So that really was the turning point. That show is actually how I ended up launching my current business, is through a listener, someone who listened to all of our episodes and reached out to me and asked me if I would help them with their marketing strategy and their advertising. And
wow.
It was kind of cool. It was a really cool experience, and it circled back to that time when I was a little girl, watching my uncle build from nothing to this multi-million-dollar business, and realizing how I was passionate about serving business owners who were creating things in the world. And so it was just the start of a lot of fun.
Speaking of creating things, the look that I'm creating on her eyes, I've been
service to people to help them when they were really freaked out. I knew how to run teams remotely. I had run my entire business on Zoom for several years, for at least 5 years before that happened. So it was just a really, really good time for me. But I won't kid you, like I had a choice. I'll never forget, it would have been the Friday after the country kind of shut down. I laid in bed and I was like, okay, this is either gonna make or break you. And I had remembered all the stories about companies like FedEx and all of the businesses that started during down economies. And I was like, this is, you can either be one of those businesses, Traci, or you can be one of the ones that nobody remembers. And I drug my butt up that day, and I had multiple client calls in pajamas. We did emergency calls because we just wanted to make sure our clients were, I wanted to instill confidence in them during that time. And it was amazing. It was an amazing moment. I remember exactly that lying in bed terror, like that decision.
Of course.
You're either going to jump off the cliff or you're going to tuck your tail and run. And I jumped off the cliff, and it was a very good decision. So
I feel like that's what it comes to sometimes. You either do or you don't. Like what are you going to do in that moment?
You know, sometimes I have a business coach, and one of the things I've learned from him is oftentimes we think we have to have the courage first to be able to make the commitment, but it's actually the courage comes after you've made the commitment, after you've jumped. What does he say? He says that fear, which we all have, is like wetting our pants, right? We all have fear. Fear is wetting your pants, but courage is taking action with wet pants.
Yeah.
So for over the years, I took a lot of action with my pants wet. Really, I mean, figuratively, not for real. But I did. I would be kidding. I think any successful person would be fooling.
So we mixed a couple of different colors to get the perfect shade for her, so that way everything goes flawlessly and it looks good for her. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to mix a couple of things to make it right, but we got it, I think. We made a beautiful foundation, baby. So we got that. We added some concealer to brighten up her eyes, to open them up. So we have that going on for her. We added a little bit of contouring, and also we did some cheeks. I did the Juvias place on her cheeks to brighten it up and bring out the pink in her outfit, to make her even more bright than she is. And the next thing that I want to jump into, so like we had talked about, I wanted to go talk about preventing the lips from bleeding. So what we're gonna do is first line the lips. You might